Today's horoscope and tarot from Astrocademy, Capricorn March 1, 2022. You are in a solid position to find commonality with a partner or friend today. You could make a connection or enhance a bond, or you can feel particularly inspired by someone in your life. It's possible that someone or relationship goals encourage you to be the best you can be. You're likely to enjoy warm, happy exchanges with others that lift your spirits. It's a potentially creative day, and you might shine the brightest if you get things done with a special person. It's also a time for focusing less on the technical side of life and more on the social aspects. If things feel overwhelming in your love life, don't despair. For instance, there will be the moon today, bringing changes to your intimate 8th house of mergers, shared resources, and soulmate connections, but there's more. Your inquisitive planetary ruler, Mercury, has officially shifted into revolutionary Aquarius, where the messenger god exalts via your responsible 6th house of daily rituals, due diligence, and acts of service. In other words, if you've been struggling with an intimate situation, try to mull it over as you go about your routine today. You'd be surprised what clarity you can gain while tidying up or engaging in some other meditative activity. The major transit for today is the moon being in your opposite sign, Pisces, and illuminating your sector of commitments. You tend to be a bit reserved and likely to keep it 100% professional at work. But, with the sweet lunation doting on your paraprofessional relationships and agreements, it's time to open up. You might feel more connected to colleagues or even clients today, especially if there is something worth bonding over. Part of working effectively with another party is building and maintaining that rapport within the relationship. So, consider this your sign to get a little closer. The moon not only returns for its first visit to your financial sector for the year today, but its last while the dwarf planet Eris, the warrior planet of the cosmos, is in retrograde motion here. Chiron's direct turn last month means that you are starting to look to the future, but Eris is the planet that will actively drive money matters forward. The next few days are a chance to reflect back before money matters get the green light from early next week. Your energy and drive have no bounds. If you had it your way, you would do everything and at the same time. Even though your interests are varied, you should concentrate on what's relevant. Involve your friends and relations in particular. You will spend wonderful moments together and have great memories of them. Do what it takes to flirt with anyone who strikes your fancy. After all, you're feeling way more social than usual, so get out there and make some new friends. You're optimistic, willing to take risks. Self-reliance and the charm you possess gives you great confidence. If you suffer the indignity of being turned down by a potential date, this has little effect on the way you feel. There are people out there who appreciate what you offer and willing to share their love with you. You can be quick to the punch, but sometimes miss the emotional point. Try to slow yourself down today by doing deep breathing exercises. The benefit of knowing what you are feeling can save you and those close to you some hurt feelings when you accidentally speak too soon. Doing yoga focuses more on breathing than others do. Investigate which poses work best for releasing the blocked energy in your breathing patterns. Today you may be feeling more introspective than usual. Don't worry, a day like this tends to cause one to be more serious and contemplative. Stick close to home today if you can, and be sure to spend some time later nurturing yourself. Chances are you may have devoted a lot of time recently caring more for your home and family than for yourself. Turn this around by taking the time to recharge your spirit through activities that help you connect with yourself. Your tarot reading for today. The Empress, the High Priestess, and the Tower. You didn't take the advice given by a friend, and you are going to suffer the consequences. This draw shows a person who has failed to learn the lessons given to them by someone close, and who finds themselves in the difficult situation they were warned about. If you had listened, the problem would not have happened. You're going to blame yourself for not being attentive enough. Moreover, this is a trait people often blame you for. Once you have an idea in your mind, it's difficult to change it and convince you of its opposite. Listening to other people is one of the basics in life. If you always refuse to listen to ideas that run contrary to how you see your life, you will never evolve and you will always end up making the same errors. We are the sum of those around us. Because we base our behavior on theirs, we are subject to their influences. We all derive benefits from the people with whom we live. If you close yourself off to this, it's because you don't want to change. Now, we all have projects and desires, but we have to give ourselves the means to achieve them. This draw is directing your attention to the dangers you run if you don't listen to the advice of others. But it also gives you a strong message: open yourself to the world, open up to others. The diversity of human thought is immeasurable wealth. The more you listen, the more you learn, the more you have the capacity to become the person you want to be. Our eyes in the sky. This is not a day of logical, rational thinking, but rather a time of tender sentiments. Emotions could run high, and there could be a need to escape reality. This might mean that we want to believe in fairy tales, although we know they're a far cry from our mundane lives. This energy can also make us overly optimistic. We want to believe the best in others even though we know that they aren't always able to live up to our expectations and hopes. However, we still want to align with the positive vibe. It doesn't hurt to keep an open mind and heart and a positive mentality. To be honest, the world could use a little more optimism. Ride the energetic high you're feeling today. We are somewhat allergic to stress at this point, and due to heightened sensitivities, it benefits us to spend our time with others who are similarly conflict-adverse. Calming environments where we are free to express ourselves tactily or creatively are good for our soul. As we are in a nurturing headspace, this aspect presents an ideal occasion to cook for loved ones or invite friends over to lounge and take the morning easy with coffee or tea. Mid-morning, our easygoing morning attitude may now have metastasized into something lazier and more lethargic than grounded and centered. Motivating ourselves can present a challenge, and we seem to operate under the potentially erroneous assumption that if something needs doing, someone else is already on it. Suppositions can make for awkward moments later, when we find that our optimism was unfounded.